Being on the front line and speaking to the technical stakeholders on the merchant side, the CTOs, the product managers of the world, it's been very refreshing to hear some of the feedback of which they have for Zepto and the way we are providing account-to-account real-time services. They often tell us that not only is our tech stack next level, it's fantastic, but the level of expertise we're able to offer and the level of, insight into the account-to-account real-time payments world is unmatched in the market. And so we're really able to understand our customer's use case and then build out and design a solution that's very fit for purpose and suits their needs. Depending on the type of organisation that we're working with, smaller merchants who have feedback on the speed of response that we have, the types of communication channels which we utilise, how we are able to optimise their own workflows and get them up to speed and processing as quickly as possible, versus perhaps our larger enterprise customers where it's more product focused in terms of functionality, in terms of the actual approach we take to bringing these large scale projects to life. Ultimately, it does depend on the use case and the organisation that we're talking to. In some instances, reliability is always going to be paramount first and foremost. Is the system there? Is it always up? Is it always operating with latency that's in line with the use case that we're trying to deliver? Versus other industries where speed may not matter as much, where security becomes far more important. All of those sort of things come into how we look at the solution, how we design it, and how we sort of build in the appropriate protocols around what's actually being delivered to market. I think when we look at it from a full end-to-end sort of picture, the team is well equipped and experienced in dealing with a number of different use cases across the market. And so our approach when we're looking at working with any given one of those larger projects is really diving deep into what the use case is, what the problem we're trying to solve is, what the absolute requirements are, not just from a technical perspective, but potentially what a treasury management or a CFO may be looking to solve. So we look at it from a very holistic perspective, coming in, solutioning with our clients. And I think that extends all the way through to our product roadmap, how we look at building products, how we look at potentially iterating on what we have already delivered and building out those more bespoke product functionality pieces that a enterprise merchant platform partner may require. When it comes to our tech stack and the way that merchants potentially see us, I think we're in quite a unique position. Typically, the only institutions who have been able to be directly connected to the NPP have been banks or ADIs. And Zepto, as a connected institution, has been able to sort of breach that gap a little bit, become directly connected, while still offering the technical service or integration experience that would be expected from a typical fintech or faster moving player that isn't constrained by a bank's size and scale and inability to move quickly. So what we see, they look under the hood and they see great technology, a great integration experience, secure, reliable, cloud-based platform that still offers banking grade services under the hood to accommodate the use cases that we do see and that our merchants require. So our approach to managing scale and capacity, reliability across the NPP is probably broken down into two key components. There's one is making sure that we're over-resourced, capable, we can quickly scale to accommodate the volumes that we are seeing come through and make sure that we're delivering that best-in-class service from an integration perspective, delivering all the API responses, webhook events within a latency period that is suitable. Secondly, I think it's just being very close to the rails. We understand some of the use cases, adoption numbers that are coming through and how we can potentially plan to the future. So looking at particular use cases with some of our larger enterprise merchants, making sure that throughout the solutioning phase we're designing a solution that does accommodate their specific requirements from both the integration on their side, but also back into Zepto's side and also how that feeds back into the NPP network. When it comes to the integration process, I think a lot of the merchants and prospective partners that we talk to are surprised by how easy and simple and efficient they can spin up an integration and use cases when it comes to Pay2, NPP and other account-to-account services across the Zepto platform. We do offer quite a modular-based integration experience, so it's quite easy to get up and started with a real simple use case. But conversely, as you want to start adding on more complex, nuanced payment flows, you can build upon that base layer or foundational integration piece very quickly, very efficiently.